Today, we're going on a big journey across Europe. Europe is an amazing place where, on a relatively small territory, you can find a huge variety of cultures, languages, and traditions. So, fasten your seatbelts. Let's begin our journey. Northern Europe, Denmark, its capital is Copenhagen, a cozy city of bicycles and the Little Mermaid. Life flows calmly and evenly here. Copenhagen is also famous for its waterfronts and royal palaces. Iceland, its capital is Reykjavik, a small capital among volcanoes and geysers. It is surrounded by wild and beautiful nature. Here you can see the northern lights right from the city. Norway, its capital is Oslo, a city on the fjord shore, full of museums and modern buildings. From here you can easily reach mountains and forests. Oslo is considered one of the greenest capitals in Europe. Sweden, its capital is Stockholm, a city on islands with bridges and an old district. It is considered one of the most beautiful in Europe. Here you'll find the Swedish royal palace and many museums. Finland, its capital is Helsinki, a northern capital with cathedrals, a fortress, and strict design. The city has a lot of greenery and fresh air. In winter, Helsinki turns into a real snowy fairy tale. Estonia, its capital is Tallinn, a medieval city with towers and fortress walls. Today it is also a modern technology hub. Tallinn's Old Town is part of UNESCO heritage. Latvia, its capital is Riga, a city of Art Nouveau architecture and an old port. It stands right on the Baltic Sea. Riga is famous for its festivals and cultural life. Lithuania, its capital is Vilnius, a Baroque center with narrow streets and cozy atmosphere. The city is full of youthful energy. Vilnius is also known as the cultural heart of the Baltics. Ireland, its capital is Dublin, a city of pubs and literature home to great writers. There is always music and fun here. Dublin comes especially alive on St. Patrick's Day. United Kingdom, its capital is London. Big Ben, the tower, and the center of fashion and business. London is always full of life. It is one of the most visited cities in the world. Southern Europe, Spain, its capital is Madrid, a city of museums, palaces, and football passion. It combines history with modern life. Madrid is famous for its energy and nightlife. Portugal, its capital is Lisbon, an Atlantic city on hills with narrow streets. It is famous for yellow trams and a bridge similar to the Golden Gate. Lisbon is always sunny and bright. Italy, its capital is Rome, the eternal city where the Colosseum and Pantheon remind of the ancient world. Rome preserves the greatness of the Roman Empire. Every stone here is part of history. Greece, its capital is Athens, the cradle of democracy and ancient culture. The Acropolis rises above the modern city. Athens combines antiquity and the life of a big metropolis. Malta, its capital is Valletta, a fortress city on the Mediterranean Sea. Built by knights, it has preserved its medieval spirit. Valletta is one of the most compact capitals in Europe. San Marino, its capital is San Marino, a mini-state in the Italian mountains. The capital sits right on a cliff with stunning views. The city keeps its medieval charm. Monaco, its capital is Monaco, a principality on the French Riviera. Casinos, yachts, and Formula One races. Monaco is a symbol of luxury. Andorra, its capital is Andorra la Vella, a small principality in the Pyrenees. The city is surrounded by mountains and is popular with skiers. Shopping is also developed here thanks to low taxes. Montenegro, its capital is Podgorica, a small and quiet capital. Around it, mountains, canyons, and the Adriatic coast. Podgorica is known for its nature. Croatia, its capital is Zagreb, a cultural and historic center. Its cozy streets remind of Vienna and Budapest. From here, it's not far to the Adriatic coast. Eastern Europe, Russia, its capital is Moscow. Moscow is the Kremlin, Red Square, and modern skyscrapers. The city always lives in a fast rhythm. It connects history and modern life. Belarus, its capital is Minsk, a city of wide avenues and Soviet heritage. Minsk is known for its cleanliness and greenery. It combines old and new. Ukraine, its capital is Kiev, one of the oldest cities in Europe, standing on the Dnipro River. The Kiev, Pechersk Lavra, and St. Sophia Cathedral are UNESCO sites. The city is rich in traditions and culture. Moldova, its capital is Chisinau, a calm capital with green parks. Chisinau is famous for its winemaking traditions. It's a quiet and cozy city. Romania, its capital is Bucharest. The city is called Little Paris. It has wide boulevards and a massive parliament palace. Today, Bucharest is rapidly developing. Bulgaria, its capital is Sofia, a capital at the foot of Mount Vitosha. Ancient ruins and old churches have been preserved here. Sofia combines antiquity with modern life. Serbia, its capital is Belgrade, a city on the Danube with rich history. Belgrade is famous for its nightlife. It is a lively Balkan center. North Macedonia, its capital is Skopje, a city of monuments and contrasts. Ottoman bazaars stand next to modern buildings. Skopje is changing quickly. Albania, its capital is Tirana, a colorful and noisy city. Ottoman and Italian heritage is preserved here. Tirana is actively developing. Kosovo, its capital is Pristina, a young capital in the Balkans. New buildings and infrastructure are growing quickly. The city symbolizes a new generation of the region. Bosnia and Herzegovina, its capital is Sarajevo, a city where East meets West. Mosques, churches, and synagogues stand side by side. Sarajevo is called the Jerusalem of Europe. Western and Central Europe, France. Its capital is Paris. Paris is the city of love, fashion, and art. The Eiffel Tower and the Louvre make it a dream for tourists. It is the most visited capital in the world. Germany, its capital is Berlin, a symbol of freedom and European unity. Berlin is famous for its museums, clubs, and modern architecture. It is a city that never stands still. Austria, its capital is Vienna. Imperial palaces, the Vienna Opera, and Hofburg. Vienna is also known for its coffee culture and Mozart's music. It is the cultural heart of Europe. Switzerland, its capital is Bern, a calm city with a clock tower and fountains. Bern is surrounded by the Alps and green hills. It is considered one of the coziest cities in Europe. Netherlands, its capital is Amsterdam, a city of canals and bicycles. The atmosphere of freedom and creativity is everywhere. Amsterdam is also famous for its museums. Belgium, its capital is Brussels, the center of the European Union and the city of chocolate. Gothic squares mix with modern quarters. Brussels is a truly multicultural city. Luxembourg, its capital is Luxembourg, a small country of fortresses and valleys. The capital is a major financial hub. Luxembourg blends medieval and modern architecture. Liechtenstein, its capital is Vaduz, a tiny principality in the Alps. Vaduz is famous for its prince's castle and museums. The atmosphere is peaceful and quiet. Slovakia, its capital is Bratislava, a cozy capital on the Danube. The old town is full of castles and narrow streets. It stands close to Vienna and Budapest. Slovenia, its capital is Ljubljana, a green and calm capital. Its dragon bridges are the city's symbol. The atmosphere is relaxed and friendly. Czech Republic, its capital is Prague, a city of 100 spires and fairy tale architecture. The Charles Bridge and Prague Castle are its main landmarks. Prague is considered one of the most beautiful capitals in Europe. Vatican, its capital is Vatican City, the smallest state in the world. Here are St. Peter's Basilica and the Sistine Chapel. Vatican is the spiritual center of Catholicism. So we have completed our big journey across Europe, from the northern fjords to the sunny Mediterranean, from tiny principalities to the largest metropolises. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and write in the comments which European capital you dream of visiting. Ahead of us are new journeys and new discoveries.